Oh, I guess I never saved that. Okay, well, all right. I should probably tweet out that I am live at this point. Facebook and where's the post? Here we go. Okay. And then Twitter. Okay. Right, so this is where we got last time. Go to the main menu here. So what I want to do is get in the end games. And we get a fade up here as well. The other thing I want to do is I want to change the way that, because right now you need to take your finger off the key, which is kind of annoying. So what I want to do first of all is I want to change that. I also want to add the cursor keys as well. So really this session is, I'm going to call it a day after this session. Not because I don't want to continue with the idea. I actually think there's a bit of potential in the idea, but because I'm kind of running out of time and I have other commitments this weekend. As usual, I don't keep my eye on the ball for Ludum Dare, and well, yeah. Hours in the day are short and all that kind of stuff. So if I go over to player movement, so all of this is inside the update. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a start, and this start is going to start coroutine. Do keyboard update. So this is going to be our keyboard update. Generate that. I'm going to move that down past the Unity messages. Down to here. And what I'm going to do? I'm going to do while true. And while it's true, I want to be able to do all of this. The thing I struggle with on jams is I come from a tools engine game development background. That's kind of where my speciality lies, and it's only in the last 5 years that I've actually done any gameplay coding. So I've done like games and stuff like that before, but not professional paid type gameplay stuff. So the engineer in me, the sort of tools engineer type guy, wants to wrap all of this code inside something nice so that when the gameplay programmer, also me, gets to it, then I don't have any problem. I just do is key up for that. But I've got to kind of force myself not to think that way because it's a jam. So what I'm going to do though is I need to make this an action, which is unfortunate. Action move equals null. So I'm going to make this null. I'm also going to do, if that goes to D, or it goes to keyboard right, arrow, and A is left arrow, and W is up arrow, and south is down arrow. Oops. Pasted that in the wrong place. So that means that when we use the arrow keys, it moves as well. So that's a kind of nice, neat way to do that. But what I want to do though is I want to say move equals that, which I think I then have to do this, which is a bit of a long-winded thing to do, because I want to say if move is not equal to null, call move, and then yield return new weight. For seconds 0.25. So I want to wait a quarter of a second before you can move again. And otherwise this is going to spin out, so otherwise yield return null. And I'm just going to make sure I'm live and everything's okay. So this is also the first time I've ever done this live. It's kind of the same as me recording it by myself because I'm just talking to a camera. So I'm not that anyone else is tuning in anyway. I've got one viewer, which is me monitoring the stream. Oh, alright, so now when we move, start a new game. Oh, it's key up, that's why. So I need to change that. Instead of key up, it's got to be get key. So this is going to return true if it's up or down or sideways or whatever. Okay, so get key. And then so you can sort of start to see where the power of this move, like this action, comes in. You can set up these actions, and you know, check if it's null, and if it's not null, then you move. All right. I don't know what the point of that was, but okay. So now we're moving just with the one arrow key down, and okay, that's good. That's good as well. So I can't get any more batteries, so I need to find my radio, which is way over here. Boy, I really chose the wrong place. Okay, so we know that works. That's fine. Okay, so that was the first thing I was going to do. I really should rewind this stream and find out what I said. What was I going to do after that? Okay, so I did that, and then what else did I want to do? I want to add sound as well. And that's easily done. Okay, so for game controller, why don't I have a sound controller? And I'll call this sound controller for lack of a better phrase. And I will go to game. Okay, so I'm going to create. Actually, I'm just going to add it to here. controller. There's my sound controller, and then inside my game controller, sound controller. I'll call that sounds controller. Okay, so anytime I want to play a sound, I am going to call a method in there. So I'm going to call, for example, when I chop down the tree, I'm going to do sounds.fire weapon, and then if the tree gets destroyed, I'm going to do sounds.tree destroyed. So because I'm using these descriptive terms, it makes it a lot easier to debug, because you go, oh, okay, that's what I'm firing the weapon. It's not play sound 598210. It's, you're giving it some semantic meaning. So I'm going to add a method there, and I'm going to add a method there. And again, all of this is proprietary to your game, because your engine is constant throughout your career. So if you're using Unity, you're going to be using Unity for your next one. And not to say that you're not going to be able to reuse code, because you can reuse code, but certain things like that are pertaining to your game, you're not going to ever reuse again. Like the last couple of games I worked on, we reused a lot of code from a previous game that we worked on, because we could. We'd written some generic things that could translate across. Anyway, in this case, again, it's a jam, so it doesn't really make much difference. So I want to add that to here now as well. So I want to do sounds.power-up-radio. But I also want to say if stats.radio is greater than or equal to 1, should be equal to 100, then I want to play sounds radio full. And again, I'm going to create methods for these. Okay. And alright, that's good to go. And then I'm going to create an audio mixer. Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. What is it? Oh. Yes, they do. Okay. So inside my project, audio mixer. So I'm going to call this audio, and I'm going to create another folder called clips. And inside here, I'm going to create an audio mixer, and I'm going to call this main audio mix. And then I'm going to go to the audio mixer, and there's my master volume. And then I think I can do snapshots here as well. So I can have, can add a full, actually, sorry, that's going to be, this snapshot is going to be main master off. So I'm going to call this master off, and then I'm going to call this one master full, because I can actually transition between these two. So master off is going to be that -80. So I go to here, go to here. So that's my full snapshots there. And then I want to add, that's my master group. Okay, so I want to add, and then this is going to be called effects. So I'm going to play everything on effects on this one here. And so when the master's off, then it's going to not play anything. And it also means that you can, like if we added an option screen here, we could change the effects as well. So. And we might as well go ahead and add a music one as well. So we'll add music in there as well. Okay. And then inside our sound controller, I'm going to have public audio mixer, audio, I'll just call it mixer. And then I've got all my clips here, so I need public audio clip, fire weapon, public audio clip, destroyed, audio clip, power up video, clip, radio full. So these are all the clips that I want to create, and then I want to say, how do we do this again? I need an audio source on this. So I need to have an audio source on my floor center here. So I need to have audio source. Okay, there's my audio source. And then the output is going to be the mixer, but it's the mixer group I want. So I want to drag in effects into here because I want to play it on the effects channel. Do I want to bypass effects? No. Let's keep it there because if we do effects in there, then we can have like kind of crazy that kind of thing. Not that we're gonna have that, but it'd be nice to have. Okay, and then now that we've done that, all we need to do is get rid of these for a start, and then inside my wake. Audio source, audio, and let's see, audio equals to component. Actually, you know what? I don't need to do that. What I can do is I can do public audio source audio. In fact, do I need to know the mixer? I don't think I need to know the mixer because I'm not interested in the mixer in here. I'm only interested in getting that audio source in here. So all I need to do is just drag and drop that value in there, and then I know I have that audio source. I wasn't doing that before, but whatever. And then you're going to do play one shot, fire weapon, and then this is going to be tree destroyed. Power up radio, radio full. And that is everything. Okay. Right, so now we need to create bleeps and bloops. So the only place I know how to do that is we need to go to Ludum Dare tools, blah, 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 blah. Engines, let's bring this down to here, and then 2D graphic tools. Actually, let's look at Pickle. We need Pickle as well, or not Pickle, or what's the other one? Pickle? Piscal. Need this as well, I think. And then create sprite. Yeah, we probably need that for our little guy. We'll see. Audio tools. I don't know what the difference is between this one and this one. I think I just want this one. And we might end up having to do like a chip tune as well. And here's the current build. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I want to bring this over to here. Tube channel, Ludum Dare. Tools. And what's this called? SFXR. Right. Didn't take long. So I don't know how loud this is for you guys, so I apologize in advance. I'm probably quite quiet, so you might want to turn down the volume for this. I'm warning you now. In fact, I can turn down the volume a little bit here. So let me just turn that down. Power up. So power up's pretty good. Quite like that. Export, and then I'm going to export this to clips. So it's going to be clips inside here. And this is going to be radio powered. What do I call that? Radio full. Let's call it radio full. That sounds good. And then explosion. Oh, that's quite good. Let's do that. So that's tree destroyed. That's better. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, and then laser shoot. Yeah, I like that one. That's gonna be fire weapon. And then a kind of drop off is gonna be yeah, quite like that. Okay, export wave, and then that's gonna be power up radio. Okay, so then we have our sounds. So then we just go over to here and go to here. Then our clips we need to drag across, so fire weapon. Actually, maybe if I just move that over to here, that's probably better. Fire weapon, power up radio, tree destroyed, and what's the last one? Radio full. Okay, so let's take this out for a little spin. Okay. There we go. I think we need one for picking up a battery as well. Yeah, we need one for picking up a battery. What if we had trees that were randomly different values? Maybe some were 2s, like rare ones would be 2s, and then semi-rare ones would be like a 4. I think we need one for picking up a battery as well. So this is going to be void pick up battery audio dot play one shot pick up battery. Pick up battery, and then that's going to sound a bit like. Yeah, that's quite good. Pick up battery. Let's see if we can get a better one. Yeah, quite like that one. Export WAV. Shrill. Dry. Power up. That's quite good. That one. Pick up battery. Okay, yep. So come on, pick up battery. So now when we pick up a battery, we need to change that in the code. Game controller, second controller, game controller, and then pick up battery. So this is inside here. So if it equals a battery, then what we want to do is we want to sounds dot pick up battery. We want to pick up that battery. Maybe if we played slightly more of an animation. What if we did inside the renderer? Let me do a battery pickup. So I think I want to have public void spawn battery pickup. On object xy battery pickup. And so the battery pickup is going to be the reverse of that one. So it's going to start off as a large one and then end up as a small one. So where are we? Battery drop. So we got 1, 2, 3. We did it in 1, 2, 3 order instead of 3, 2, 1 order. Actually, no, I think it's the same order, isn't it? We don't need that. Block. Battery drop 1, 2, 3. Oh, it is in the same order. Okay, we don't need that. We just need to spawn. We just need to spawn the battery. I think that's a good way to do it, because then it feels as if you're picking it up. So I'm going to do that there. So where have I got this in here? So spawn battery X and Y, and then I want to do the same thing in here as well. So let's do the sound before that, so it feels as if you're doing it in there. So this is going to be those values there. Okay. So now it should feel a bit more of an animation, because we have an animation for when the tree gets killed. It's that explosion, I guess. We don't really have one for battery pickup. So when we pick up the battery, there you go. That feels nice. There, that feels nice. That feels like you're actually doing something as opposed to it just disappearing. Okay. What else do we need? We need music as well, which is the bit I'm kind of always nervous about, because again, my talents lie elsewhere. Not so good with the music. Everything tends to be written in the key of C, which I think for this one is not a good one. Okay. One of the other things I noticed was this box is too small, and this UI needs a bit fixing up. So the text I'm going to change to 9 hours. So that's going to be 09 and 59. And the reason why is because I want to reduce the timer there. So rescue time counter. So this is going to be 9:59. Okay. And then this component model here, text binding, I'm going to change that ever so slightly because I want to have public string. I want to have the ability to change the converter, because I want to be able to do some things on the fly there. So probably the string, and then I'm going to call this converter. And then get bound value converter. I can't use converter. Type converter. Oh, it should be called value converter anyway. Okay, so the value converter is this. That's the type that I want to have, but if it's specified, I want to just use it as the default in here. So I want to do this here. So I want to have my value converter, value converter, I can't have that, converter instance. Let's call it converter instance for lack of a better thing. And I'm going to say type, converter type equals type dot get type value converter. If it's not equal to null, then I'm going to say converter instance equals create instance, and then the type I need is converter type. And then I'm going to convert that to iValue converter. Okay, so again I'm using reflection here to create this type on the fly. And then I'm going to say if that is not equal to null, I'm going to get the property change value. So I'm going to say object current value equals, and then it's going to be all of this, that, and then I'm going to say if that is not equal to that, I'm going to say current value equals converter instance dot convert, and then the value, so current value. So that's going to put that into there, and then I'm going to pass in current value. Okay, So what does all this mean? This all means that when I run this, nothing changes, as it should be, because it should still say 957. But you'll notice that it started off as 0 there, but the 0 disappeared because it converts it to an integer, then it converts it to a string. So what I want to do is I want to create another converter, and this is going to be called double digit converter. And the double digit converter is going to take a normalized integer converter, double digit converter, yeah, because it just does the straight copy over. But this is going to be an I-value converter, and this is actually going to convert it into a double integer. Okay, so the value here is an integer, but I want to convert it into a string. But the way I want to convert it into a string is I want to convert it as a double, as a leading 0 string. So string output equals string dot format, and then it's going to be 0 with 2 leading zeros, comma int dot parse value dot toString. This is so blah. Turn output. So this is going to convert that to a string, which is then going to get converted into another string. It's the way that we have to do these things, I guess. But it also means, though, that we can reuse this over and over again, and this is kind of part of my tools engineering thing that gets in here. So my value converter, I'm just going to put this in hours just now. So I'm going to add, sorry, you guys can't see that down there. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. I'm going to add my double digit converter to my value converter down here. So now when this updates, it should just go to stick to 009, okay, which is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Because what it's doing is it's taking the number, adding the leading 0, and then doing that there. And I don't need to add any other code to there to check to see or whatever, and it just works. So I'll do the exact same thing for over here. And there you go. So again, there's nothing here that updates. I don't need to write glue code that specifically updates this text. I can write code that updates any text. And I do it once, and that's it. I just tell it what object I'm binding to, the property of the object, and then I can now specify this converter here as well. So I could do this for everything. I could do this for all of these values here. I could do it for all the oxygen, all that kind of stuff, because they all have those bindings attached to them. So this should work okay. So if we let the seconds count down, oh, there's a radio. Just going to pick up more batteries and get that power up sound. Hey, you got it. Cool. Okay, so when we get to single digits for the seconds, it should go to 09, 08, 07. There you go, 09, 08, 07, and so on. And then once it gets beyond that, it should go then to 08, and then 59, 58. Excellent. Okay. Well, the clock, when it gets to 0, goes to 59 immediately. So let's sort that. Let's get to counter. So if minutes equals -1, then minutes is going to be equal to 59. Okay, let's just try that out. I think I'm gotta wait a minute, literally. We still also need to do the end screen as well. So the end screen is going to determine when the clock runs out, and if the clock runs out, then actually I need to. So we need to do clock constants, and also clock runs out, radio on, and radio off screens. And we need instructions as well. Okay, that's a few things you do. So 3, 2, 1, 0, 59. Okay, let's fix that. That's a minor bug. Right, so the clock runs out. First of all, let's not have this as being, let's do constants dot time dot hours, constants dot time dot minutes. And the reason why we're doing that, of course, is because I want to be able to change it. Static class time, and then I've got hours and minutes. And then same for minutes, which is that. I mean, what we could do is we could start off as being 10 and 0. It doesn't really matter. Just we need to change this manually here. Let's make it 10 then, and 0. Tidy it up a bit. Right. So now, start off at 10, 59. So you get to see it kind of ticking over, which is kind of cool. Okay, so let's make that clock bigger. Let's make it to here, and we can move these up. Radio power, move them to just under the map. That's good. And then here and here, these are going to go to that size is good. 152, and then make that 152. And we can bring that middle. And then the text there, the sort of default text there. Text. Time to rescue. Is that there? And I'll make that one bigger that way. And that one bigger that way. And hopefully, no matter what size we resize the screen to, it should be okay. Okay, so the clock's bigger. I'm going to make it lighter text. I'm also going to put that in a black background, so we need to fix that as well. So this is all the kind of UI tidy up things. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is have that in a black background and just have it as a little bit centered, maybe. A lot of kind of dead space in here, but can't really do anything about it just now. I mean, I could make the map bigger, do that. Okay, what if I did that? Right, let me just think here. Maybe we could have it like a jaunty angle. Oh, that'd be good. I like jaunty angles. Yeah. It's going to be 1080. Oh, so it's going to be 1920 by 1080. And contiguous. Okay. I grab all that. So that now gives me something that's the size of this. So I can go to here, and then this gives me a fairly good representation of where the screen is. So we have this border around the screen here. So roughly about here. So that there can't be used basically. So I'm going to make this purple. So that is what we don't have access to. I'm going to move this over here. So this is what we have access to over here. So what if I made the map like much bigger? So a bigger area over here. And then we center it on there. Okay, so let's have a rounded rectangle. And I'm going to fill it with black. And then it's going to have 0 stroke because I'm going to give it like a kind of glow. And then going about here to about here, I think is good. That's good. And then I want a glow on there. Outer glow. There we go. Oh, that's nice. I like that. It's very subtle. A little bit too subtle, I think. I want it kind of neon blue though. Okay. Still kind of subtle. That's okay. Okay. So that's going to be where the map is. And I'm going to call that map border. Okay. And I'm going to hide it for just a sec. What does that leave left there? Okay, so that is taking up quite a lot of real estate. Which is okay. I don't mind that. I can always squish up the clogging thing as well. So I want to have my time to rescue down here somewhere. So what else have I got here? I think that's okay. And then what I might want to do is I might want to have two, like the battery in this in here, have that kind of offset here, and then maybe the oxygen inside here. I think that might be an idea. Okay, so if I do another rounded rectangle, and then this time it's going to be here. this will be the oxygen, and then this here I think will be copy their style, paste their style, paste their style, and I think that will fit the batteries. I think I can get away with, actually I think what I can do is I can get away with having, ooh, I know what I can do. I know what I can do. I can have like a little red circle and then have that in there. I think that's what I can do. Okay, and then the clock, I think I just have it down here somewhere. So I'm going to have another one down here, which is just going to be the clock. Right there. And then paste layer style. Okay, so that's going to be the sort of general look and feel of it. So I'm going to have that there, that there. Okay, I'm going to call this in-game UI. Save. Yep. And it's a bit of a mess, but it's okay. It's okay. Save for legacy, and we'll call this. This is inside the UI, so this is in-game UI, so this is in-game UI backdrop. Background, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and so the panel. No, I want to have UI image, and the image is going to be yay big by yay big, and that's going to be 1920 by 1080, and it's going to be at 000, and it's also going to be stretched, and where are we? UI. Game UI background. Okay. And I'll bring that up to the top there. And now we need to kind of rejig this. So the background for this is going to go over here, and oxygen is going to go down here. So I'm going to move oxygen first, and I'm going to move oxygen into here. It's not going to let me do it, is it? Because it's maintain aspect ratio. Preserve aspect. There we go. That fixes that. Or does it? There we go. That fixes it. Okay. And then we get the battery. That can move into here. And then the radio. That can move into here just now. And then this Minimap, which is huge. Far too big. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this. Yeah. That's horrible. What does that look like in the game? Yeah, I mean, maybe it's livable, but that got to change the graphics for this, so I'm gonna lighten them up a bit. The other thing is, when you're running around and getting resources, I still need to have that klaxon kind of going off, and let me just think about how we can do this here. Neat. So I have a minimap here, and then I've got oxygen, and then I've got two things here, which is the battery and whatnot, and then I've got the text for the time till rescue, which is kind of that's what I've got here, but that just is garbage. So what if I moved? What if I just deleted this? This is the existing UI. So I want to have the map at the top. I think I want to have the map at the top. Then I want to have the oxygen hanging off it. But the problem is I've got this bit of real estate, but I actually have this bit of real estate. So what if I flipped it? What if I had, like, if I do oxygen, where's oxygen there? And then I like do a rotation on the Z there. So I have it going this way. So I do like a 90 rotation on oxygen. So I think this should still work. It's getting clipped there by the image, but I think it still pulls down. Yep, there you go. It's still coming down. So the more I walk, the more oxygen uses up. I quite like it being on its side. And if that gives me a little bit of... Yeah, there you go. Okay. I think that's how we need to do it. So let's make this a rectangle up here. So let's make a rectangle this size. Kind of there. Make it here. Rectangle here. Pastler style. And then that gives me the kind of, actually let me just go in here. I think outer glow, we need to be a little bit bolder with this. So it needs to be a bigger glow, lower spread. I want to get that kind of eerie kind of glow to it. There you go, that's kind of better. Yeah, that's kind of better. Yeah, okay, that's what I was looking for. And then, just to clamp this into the right positions, I want to do the same thing again for battery and for time to rescue, because that's the kind of counters that we have. So it kind of splits it up where you've got the oxygen down there and the map, and the counters as well. So we need to do the same thing again. So this is going to be brought down to about here, like that. And then popular style, pastler style. Okay. So then export. And then this is going to be, give me that backing, save, replace. now, voila. Okay. And so now panel is kind of useless. Oh, panels. Wait, the image is part of the panel? No, 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 no. I want it to be up here. Panel. Okay, here we go. Panels here. I'm also going to make the panel transparent as well. I really don't want it to be showing anything. And this is going to be in here, like that. And then the oxygen is going to be here, but we make it a little bit bigger. Fill this out of space. It's still, there you go. That's not good. But and then panel color. Yeah, there we go. Bring everything right down to there, and then all of this. I'm just going to leave this just now. Battery and then radio power. So time to rescue. What I need to do here. So time to rescue. I'm going to give that. It's going to be a little bit darker than that, or a little bit lighter than that, I should say. And then the time itself, I think we should need to make that kind of yellowish. Yeah, that's a good color. And then this one here, that should be like a kind of darker yellow, maybe even an orangey kind of yellow. Something like that, something that kind of fades into, yeah, that kind of color there. Okay, and then here we have the counter, which again should be a kind of greeny color. Battery count, which is text 0. I do not see it because it's hiding behind there. Okay. Our radio, that to there, and then this has got to be linked to there, and we can make that bigger. Actually, you can make that size. That there. So move battery to here, move the radio to here, and make it the same size. And then move all of this clock to the middle. And make that so much bigger. That might be an idea. So when we play the game, okay, it's coming together. This is a little barren, but So I need to make this clock a lot bigger. And let's put it in the middle. And the furthest we can go is probably with 280. And then time to rescue sign, that needs to get moved up as well. Okay. And then this down here. Maybe the background of this, instead of black, per gauge per fill, image per, that's the back, isn't it? Let's make that floor tile, just to, so we can see it. And then this is going to be clamped here, and then this is going to be clamped to here, so we can actually see the radio. And so the batteries are way over here. I've got 3 of them. Can't get any more. Maybe we make this a 5-minute game. So the battery, where are we? So the time is that, so we want to say public static read only float ticker 0.5. So we're gonna make this a countdown faster, and then it's gonna be wait for seconds. Instead of that, it's gonna be constants dot time dot ticker. That waits for the number of seconds, counts it down to there, and then while running equals false, and then we've got running in there. So do we have rescue time counter in our game controller? No, we don't. Is it on a separate object? It is. Okay, so I need to have public rescue time counter, and then the event is going to I'm going to create a coroutine for this, and I'm going to do start coroutine keep eye on timer. So I'm going to create this coroutine called keep eye on timer, and what it's going to do is it's going to keep an eye on the timer. So all my enumerators are down here. While counter is running, is return null. And then when it's not running, I want to end the game. So the way I end the game is I do this here. So this is my canvas controller do oxygen death. So In this case, I want to find out two things. I want to find out if you have successfully, if you're dead or not. So I want to say if stats.radio equals 0, canvas controller dot do no rescue, else canvas controller dot do rescue. So that's the two states of the game. If you let the radio run down and you reach timer 0, then you don't get rescued. And if you have power on the radio when you're rescued, then you are good to go. So I think we need to do some I need to do some balancing in this, because I think it's a bit too easy, because what you can do is just run around, make sure you stay alive, have one battery on you, and then as soon as you have a battery on you, you gotta have like full power. Actually, maybe if we do is less than 40, maybe if we do that. So you gotta have more than half, like slightly more than half power, less than half power. And that way you gotta boost through the atmosphere. So I'm gonna add these methods here, and then I'm gonna do, what's that say? So that's that there, and then these need to go up here, and oxygen death, no rescue death, and then this is rescued outcome. So these are all do no rescue death, and then the other one is rescue. And that gives us that there. That's our canvas controller, there's our fade, all that kind of good stuff in there. Alright. And close that, close this, close that. Anyway, you can do that. And then what have we got here? So now what I need to do is I need to make a copy of the death canvas. Okay. So copy of death canvas. So this is going to be no rescue canvas. And then this is going to be rescue canvas. And then our canvas controller, where are we? Game canvas controller. That needs a no rescue canvas, and it needs a rescue canvas. Okay. And our no rescue canvas. Currently is an output that. So rescue timer UI. No rescue canvas. Background text. Use fixated. to. Yes, fixated, okay, that's right. And then I want to have that there. 72. Fear, rescue, team could not locate you. Okay. You die alone. Charming. But, you know, these things happen, I guess, in deep space. So not enough radio power. You didn't have enough power to get the radio. Rescue team could not locate you. Die alone. That's the in-game text there. Okay. So that's no rescue. And then the rescue canvas, we need to have like a kind of happy thing rather than a skull. So these should actually just work because they're all bound to the same same option. So rescue canvas is there. No rescue canvas. I'm going to bring that down to 0. And then the rescue canvas, I'm going to bring that up to 1. And then the text is going to be you got rescued. And then I'm going to make that a happy smiley face. Bony. And then I'm going to change that to file duplicate. And call it smiley. And let's do this. Probably quicker. Okay, and then what's history? You know, history, I can beat up. Let's give him a blue top. That's fine. Smiley. You win, Smiley. Export. And then we're exporting this as a UI. Smiley. Smiley, Smiley. Carol, Smiley. And Smiley is going to be the same as everything else, which is 0.25. And apply. And drag that into Smiley. That's not right. I don't want oxygen death. I want rescued. Smiley. And then Smiley has got Minimap on point. Office transfer, apply. There we go. You got rescued. And our rescue canvas is 0 alpha. Okay. So I'm going to wait. Actually, I'm going to wait out the timer by changing the timer to 1 minute. And then I'm going to make sure I'm alive, but I'm not rescued. That makes sense. Okay, so I just need to change that one to 1 hour. So that gives me 1 minute. Oh, actually, it's 30 seconds. So I can pick up the batteries all I want. Time to rescue is 27 seconds. 14 seconds. No reference. Yeah, I should probably drag that out there. Whoops. Okay, so we've got oxygen death, MUI, floor, and then we want to drag this rescue timer countery thing over to our game controller. Into there. Okay. So as long as we stay alive, well, at least we don't like it's getting cold. I can pick up all the batteries I want. And you could probably make this tougher by, not having a map there. Okay, and then what I want to do is Audacity. I don't know if this will record when I'm doing this, but I'll try it. What I want to record is, I want to record me going wah wah when you die, because you ran out of power. So I'm going to do that just now. So here goes. Wah wah. Wah wah. I think I can do better than that. Wah wah. Wah wah. Okay, so let's kill that bit there. And kill that bit there. And then all of this I want to do effect, change pitch. Maybe I want to move it down a little bit. I don't know. Up a little bit. Yeah, it's good enough. And then I'm going to save project, export audio. Hey, save this one. And I'm going to save that to clips. Wah. Okay. What? Okay, just save it. And I need to go back to here, and for my sound controller, audio clip. Fire, and then what I want it to do here is I want to fire. I don't want to fire weapon. Mission failed. Audio dot one shot. So mission failed. And then in a game controller, I'm going to do I'm going to wait for 1 second, and then I'm going to do sounds dot mission failed, because I know that it fades out after 1 second. I'm sure that won't cause any problems. And then the other one, actually let's not just do this, let's do mission failed. Mission failed there, and then the other one is do oxygen death. I want to play mission failed there as well. So, I mean, what I could do is I could do the same thing I did for the actions. I could create an action here, pass it off there, and then do play mission failed all the time, or for each action. But I'll leave it as is. Okay, so I'm gonna wander around here, killing trees. Trees give food. I know it says oxygen, but I did not apply that to there, that's why. Project. I need to drag that across to wah. Okay. I'll find the radio. What I should have done there was I should have checked to make sure that yeah, it's good. Okay, not enough radio power. We don't have enough power to get the signal through the atmosphere. And if I click on main menu, it just takes you to there. I'll get a null reference. Button on click, long listeners. Binding base behavior. Damn it. Okay, so this has got to be if string dot is null or empty. So if it's not null or empty, then try and get that value in there. Is null. Okay, let's try that again. Because you need to make sure everything's working hunky-dory. So clock. That's that there. Clock out. That's that done. That's that done. UIT up there. I don't have any music. It's kind of. I think with anything I've found is I really need to brush up my pixel art. I've said it before, but I really do. So this is a way down here. Video's down here. No, I didn't make it clear anyway. Okay, so I should be able to click on main menu. And it takes me out to there, which is good. Okay. Start the game. Oh, there's a lot of plenty here. Okay, so maybe we need to get music now. Okay. Now we might come back and do something with this as well. What's this? Oh, that looks complicated. I think I tried Milky Tracker last time. It's music editor. Let's make music. Okay. Oh, is this the one I used before? I think this is the one I used before. Yeah, I think it was. Can you do a sustained one rather than that? instrument, grand piano, E grand piano, Glocken. Yeah, maybe window music. That's a shame. Multi-track was multi-track one I used before. I think it was. Right. Tracker. Multi-tracker. Let's see if we can multi-tracker up and running. Oh, I think this was what I used before. This looks familiar. Load. Yeah, I think this is what I used before. So if I do load and then play song. Stop. Okay, and then the problem I had with this was it took me ages to figure out how to get I can load songs, but I don't have any samples. I don't want that. Play world. Oh, these are all torrents. Something would be nice. again enter. Oh, let's try you. Miyazaki. I just want something kind of simple that I can create a little tune to. Close window. Close that. Yeah, this is too complicated. I'm not hating it. I mean, it's far too long. Play flute. Okay, so if I do play. Okay, clear. Okay, I'm gonna leave the music because I really don't have time to do that. I do have to do an instructions page though, so let's see if I can get trees and batteries as well. Okay, so let me do this one here. Okay, and you, and then this is gonna have canvas, and the canvas is obviously gonna be 20 by 1080 because I want it to be the best it can be. And I still haven't got a name for this. So the main camera's got to be black as well. And canvas UI text. Put this across the top here. Centered. Come up with a cool name. Game name random generator for worldly cool game names. Alright, here we go. Generate game names. Datha. And I don't know what that means. Seawin. Zevard. Actually, I'm going to call it. I know what I'm going to call it. I want to make this kind of slightly limey. And font size is going to be I don't know why. It's funny to me. Because you're lost in space, I guess. Who knows? Text. Okay. So this is going to be the story of you being lost in space. And we're going to make that kind of silvery. And we'll make that 20. Rescue ship is on the way. You are alone for the first time in your life. The rescue ship is on the way, but it is 10 hours out and dwindling? Please hope dwindling? 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 Dwindling. And chop and vegetation to extract oxygen to top up your suits. Why? To top up your suit. You also need to locate batteries and the ship's radio that seem to have become separated from. Make sure you have enough power for the ship to arrive. That radio has to be transmitting for them to pick up your stress signal. Use the S and D for arrow keys to move. Chop down trees by running into them. Okay, that's a fairly good explanation as to what the game is. And I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. Um, 6. Okay. Instructions. Okay, so that's the instructions there. Then over here, did I close that down? I did. And then over here, I go back here and get my game again. Okay, so here's the batteries and things. Okay, so that is print screen there. And yep, that's good enough. And I want to point out all the things that we have in this map here. want this to be separated out. Let me edit. um, and where is that here? So that's that there. Make that there. And I need to fill. There's a line. And then chop these for oxygen. Chop these down for oxygen, and then I want to do collect and drop off at the radio. And this is instructions. Export. Instructions. Instructions. UI image. And then the image is going to be instructions. Okay. There. So what I might do is I might have a panel here actually. So UI panel, and then the panel is going to be in here. Right there, let's get enough. I'm going to drag that image in there, and then I'm going to drag text 2 in there. And that's going to be that there. And then the panel is going to have no color associated with it. Actually, I'm going to give it lots of color just now because I want to be able to see it. But it's going to have no color when we eventually do that. So there's that there, and then I want to have 2 buttons. Button. There's a UI button, and then the button is going to be a square button, roughly about that size, and I'm going to have them here, and the buttons are going to be going to be that way. So again, it's going to be that regular one there, and you're centered there. 78, 72. Okay, that's that one there. D. And this one is going to be that one. And then this one is going to be close. That one there. Okay, that's going to be my 3 buttons here. So I'm going to do, these 3 buttons are going to be aligned to the bottom of there. And they're going to live back here. Okay. And my panel is going to be stretched across. That's fine. Custom stretch. Okay. And then this one is going to be not stretched all over, just inside here. So hopefully everything should just flow. There we go. And I think I need to do the scale text thing in here as well. So that's going to be spacing, language geometry, best fit, I think is what we call it. Best fit. Okay, so yeah, there you go. So it still fits inside there. It might look a bit kind of wonky, but it's kind of, I don't mind that purple actually. Might keep the purple in. Okay, and then when you click on the back button, it'll take you to the previous one and then the next one. Okay, so that's that panel there, and then I do a duplicate panel, and that panel, I'm going to hide this one, and this panel is going to have the other bits here. So I'm going to have a Minimap. Paste that in the middle, and then I'm going to put in so this is going to be a silvery color. So that's that there, that there. That's not going to fit. So we got 24. Ooh. And here. And then we've got top. Stay alive. that's kind of fairly obvious. This is radio power up before time runs out. And then this is going to be find batteries to power the radio. Get drop down off. Okay. Instructions 2 and export, save instructions 2. Okay, and then this is instructions 2, and this is instructions 2, and then this is gonna be this item here, instructions 2, which is fine. Okay, so this is gonna be active, and this is not gonna be active. And I need to create another script in here for the main menu. So this is going to be instructions menu button controller. And the instructions menu button controller is going to look kind of remarkably like this. And then it's going to have commands, but it's going to have slightly different commands. That's the difference. So I'm just going to bind them to here just now. So I have my instructions controller. So I'm going to have create empty. I'm going to call this button controller. Button controller, game button controller, instructions menu controller. And then for each of these buttons, I am going to add command binding, and then I'm going to drag out my button controller to here, and then the property is going to be whatever it is. So for this one here, it's going to be back, and then for this one here, it is going to be forward, and then for this one here, it is going to be main menu. Okay, so in here, I'm now going to do back, forward, main menu. Let's go back, forward, menu. Okay, back. Probably easier just typing this out, but whatever. And then I want to have back, forward, main menu. And so this is going to be main menu, forward, back. Okay, so instead of scene loader, which is for the main menu here, I'm going to have another item here, which is going to be called instructions menu controller, and instructions menu controller is going to have three methods, which is going to be called back, forward, and then menu. So I'm going to have public void back, public void forward, public void menu. Manager dot load scene menu. So we're just going to load the scene straight out there, and then we have public panels. Actually, it's just game object, isn't it? Game object, and then int index equals 0. So the first index is 0. So when I do back, I'm going to do index minus minus if index is less than 0. Index equals panels dot length minus 1. Panels dot for each. I think I'm going to use link for this. Maybe not. Dot link. Can I do that? I can do where, but I can't use for each. I can do select. Do no. Do for each. Okay. Panels. Go dot set active. I don't want to do that either. For int I equals 0, I less than panels dot length I plus plus, panels I dot set active, and it's going to be I equals index. And then I'm going to do the same thing again for forward, but the difference is that's going to be plus plus, index equals panels dot length, index equals 0, and instructions menu controller. That's going to be there. It's not main menu, there's a main menu. That's not scene loader, that is controller. Main menu. Main menu. So that's that done, and then I have my button controller and my create empty controller, and then the panels is going to be instructions 1 and instructions 2. And the button controller needs to have that as well. So now, get that there. So these go between the two, and then that should take us back to the main menu. It should does. Okay, now I'm going to add a canvas group here. Group, and I think I have, hope I have a fade up. feed it. I'm going to feed up my feed down controller. Feed up controller, feed down. Oh, feed down. Okay, I think I'm gonna. Let me sort that out in the main menu first of all, because what I want to do is I want to fade this up, and then do that there. So the panel, I think I'll just go with no color again. It's okay, but it's not that great. You're alone. That one there. Lost. Okay, so now I'm gonna call. I just realized something. Oh well. It's probably just that word. Just can't get it in my head. I'm gonna save that, and then the main menu has disappeared. Why is the main menu disappeared? Where's my main menu at? Oh, because it starts off as alpha blended. That's why. So there's already a fade up. Okay, so there already is a fade up. I need to have a fade down as well. So what I want to do is I have a scene loader here, but I'm going to create another. I have a fade up controller. I need a fade down controller. So I'm going to have a fade down to load scene controller. Scene fade load scene controller. Actually, the behavior. Fade load scene behavior. Okay. And that is going to be all of this. So I want all of this in here. And I want to specify the canvas group that I pass in. So I'm going to specify the canvas group. And I'm going to call this canvas group. And add that scene manager there. And I'm going to say public void load canvas group. Canvas group. Start coroutine canvas group. Oh yeah, it's got to be see. What am I doing? Okay, so that's that, and then this is going to be requires component. That. And then actually I don't need that. I'm going to say public fade load scene behavior fade load, and then that's going to be fade load dot load. Right there. There, and then canvas group is here. that, and I don't need that. Okay, I don't need scene management or any of these things here. I just need to add my fade load scene behavior to here. And I'm going to do fade load scene behavior, and I'm just going to drag that into here, and then hopefully everything should just work. So when I load the scene, it should go boom, and then it loads out. Okay. So the instructions, I need to do the same thing. So in the instructions, I'm going to have my fade up controller, fade up controller, and then I'm going to specify the canvas. So it's going to be black when we first see it. And then I'm going to have the instruction scenes controller is there, button controller is here, and this needs the fade load scene behavior, and this needs the public fade load scene behavior, fade load, and again we're just going to drag and drop it across. Set a weird angle last night, and this is going to be fade load dot load, and then I need the canvas in here as well, so public canvas group canvas, and then pass that in there, and then I'm going to pass this into here and change the alpha on this to 0. So when we load in, we get a fade up, and I mean we could have like fade outs into here, but not particularly fussed as to whether we're going to do that or not. I mean we could, and then when we click here it should fade out, load the menu, and then when I do the instructions it should fade out and fade in. Look at that. Beauty. Okay. And then start the game. So for the start new game, we also need to change the environment, game constants. So that's going to be 10 hours again. And what else we got? Oh yeah, we're in there. Oops. I want to be in the main menu. Right. So in the main menu, and I better change that as well. Oh. So our waiting for the supply ship should be called Loth. It's gonna Boris Karloff thing. I really, just weird things inside my head. I'm sorry. And I'll put that there. So the biggest one I can do is 300. And again, we've got to make it that kind of lime green color. That's a nice lime green color. And I'm going to change start new game to a kind of lime green color as well. Or at least a kind of other color. So it kind of pops a little bit. Okay. then I think what I want to do is I want to add some text down here as well. So UI text, and then the usual kind of copyright information. Charmap. Oh, I never installed that top speed. That's not in there. Where's copy? 0169. Okay. Let's take a better look here. There you go. There we go. And we'll make that a little bit bigger. 28. Put that down here. Put that down here. I'm not going to fit that in there. What will fit in there is I will fit that in though. Actually, I think I can do. Just try this. FF9900. And I can check. Where are we? Rich, no, it's rich text. So now let me do that. Rich text. This color is at font. Color equals. What did I write? Helps if I end it right. There we go. So we go. So looks like that. Okay, so the color here has got to pop. This has got to be brighter than this, so that's going to be CC. Okay. And I think maybe what I want to do is I want to add a button here. I want to add a button, and then I want to add command binding. And then my command binding, I'm going to load the button controller on here, and I'm going to go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Because I'm pretty sure you can do open URL from Unity. Application open URL. There you go. So go to YouTube. So button controller, new menu button controller, action, go to YouTube, public action, go to YouTube, yeah, go to YouTube, let's go to YouTube, value on property changed, go to YouTube. And that's right there, and go to YouTube is equal to application.openURL, https youtube.com/c/. And you can see how super de-duper it is to do this command binding, because all I need to do now is just make sure that that's the right button in there, wherever we are. Button. Go to YouTube. Okay. So when I click on this text here, it opens up the URL. So people know where I am. Okay. I'll just click there. And we can make these bits of text a little bit bigger as well. They're a bit small. So bring the font size up a bit. Make them 100. And so I make that canvas back down to 0 before we ship it. Loth. Instructions. Oh, I need to add instructions. Instructions. Okay. So instructions, fades up. Go to instructions. Yeah, chop these down for options. Normal radio. Minimap. Let's drop off. Okay. And then start new game. So it doesn't. I need to have that fade up. So I'm going to have the fade up controller. I'm going to do reverse. I'm going to allow it to do reverse. So fade up controller. Go from black equals false. So if go from black, then you want it to start at that, otherwise you want it to start there. Float end alpha equals go from black, then the end alpha is going to be 0f, otherwise it's going to be 1f. So your float direction equals go from black, and then if it's going from black, then it's -1, otherwise it is 1. And that is times direction, and then that is end alpha. So if you're going from black, then your end alpha is 0, because you're going from black to there. Okay. Fades in there, fades out there. Okay, so that's all working. And then in the game, I'm going to create another empty one here, and then this one is going to be fade up. So fade up is I'm going to create a UI canvas, and then it's going to be fade up. And fade up, it needs a canvas group, and it also needs to be scale screen size 1080, 0.5. And the fade up needs a background as well, so fade up needs a UI image, and that's going to be 1920 by 1080, and it's going to be scaled, and the color is going to be black. And that's it, that's all I need there. And then this is going to be fade up controller, and it's going to go from black, and the canvas group is going to be the canvas group that it belongs to. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. If I bring that back in there, so I added the canvas group, and I added up a fade up controller, but the fade up controller is going to go from black to white, which means it's gonna fade out from here. So the canvas control is 1, so I want it to fade from 1 to 0, so it's gonna go, and so it's gonna effectively fade in from black. Okay, let's see if that works. Just run it. No. So fade up, the canvas itself has to be the foremost canvas. That didn't quite work. Oh, alpha. Well, alpha is equals time less than 1f float time equals 0f time plus equals time dot delta time. And what it could do is, I could have actually created a curve group. In fact, maybe that's even a better idea. Let's do a curve group instead. So I'm going to animation curve new animation curve. If go from black. Key curve, what is it called? Curve dot keys, add key, what does it need? Okay, add key, and then it is time is 0f, value is 1f, curve dot add key, and then it is time 1f is 0f, else I want to do the opposite. So I do 1 to 0. And now all I need to do is float time equals 0f, while time is less than 1f. Float alpha equals curve dot evaluate time. Canvas dot alpha equals alpha. Actually, I can just get rid of that and just do that all in a oneer. Time plus equals time dot delta time. So time's always marching that way. And then we do our yield return null, we move to the next frame, and then we can do canvas dot alpha equals curve dot evaluate, and then it's the value at the end of that time. So that makes all that a little bit easier to read. So if we're going to go from black, then our start value is 1. Oh, I've done that wrong way. Oops. That's got to be 0, and that's got to be 1, and our start value is 0, and that's got to be 1. So it's got to be the opposite of that. So at position 0, so times always go from 0 to 1. So our start position, we're at 1, which is full opacity. And then we're going to move to transparency. And then if we're going to go from the other direction, we start at full transparency and then end up at full opacity. Key. Right. Every confidence. Right. There we go. Okay. So that is fade up. There's no way to quit the game. Is that a bad thing? Probably not. I mean, it's kind of, I was going to go for a roguelike anyway, so I mean, if you're quitting the game, you're quitting the game. Maybe I should have maybe we should do that actually. We should have yeah, maybe we should. Okay, let's play through from the start here. So we've got our starting game instructions, quit to DOS, so starting the game. And our game feeds in. Right. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so we really need to. We don't really need to do anything. It's our game. So I still think we should have a way to exit. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. Perhaps we should have that. So if you hit the escape key, it should come up and say, do you want to quit? And then you choose yes or no. because right now you just got to play through the game. I've got to find the battery. Where's the radio? Oh, the radio's way over here. Ruh-roh. So yeah, I mean it's a game. Not the most exciting game in the world. And the batteries are way over here. Oh, there's two batteries here as well. So I mean, there's still no real incentive for you in the game to keep putting batteries in it. I mean, you're kind of, you don't need to put batteries in the radio. You do need to power up yourself with oxygen, so I guess that's kind of losing power. And I don't mind there not being music in it. And I did want to have like a kind of 868 hack kind of feel to the movement, so I think I've achieved that. But I still there's a couple of things that I'd like to implement, and I don't know if I'm going to have time to do it, but I'm just going out. But I think what I want to do is want to change the character and make them a bit more animated when they're walking, so it feels like you're moving. So if you're standing still, nothing's happening, but if you're moving, then it should animate, even if it's just like a flip book animation. And the second thing I want to implement is the go back to what do you call it? The main menu, like quit the game. I think that's kind of imperative. And then a nice to have would be something like it's kind of like a tower defense game as well, I guess. Something like I don't know, any trees, and I've got to go way over here now. Oh no, this is terrible. This is not good. I'm not gonna make this, am I? This is the first time I've played through the game. It's actually, you do not. It feels exactly like Interstellar. Like nothing happens, and then all of a sudden at the very end, it's all just like yeah, I'm running out of trees here. Am I gonna have enough trees to go back? This is a genuine concern. Oh no, I should not have used all my trees. I don't know if I have enough time to go back either. This is a disaster. Right, okay, I need to go back. I've got like 25 seconds to get back here. I don't have enough oxygen. Oh no. Come on. I'm gonna be dead. Oh. So close. Okay, well. Oh, that's not working again. I'm guessing that's not working again because this yeah, because that fade up's in front. Okay, so when fade up is in front, I need to get rid of it. So fade up. Let's do that just now. Fade up, and then public will disable dot game object dot set active false. So disable that after the fade, and then disable after fade. So when we run this, it's going to fade up and hopefully disable itself. And it's disabled itself. Okay, that's good. So that means when you run out of time, you're not clicking around and going crazy. So we'll work that out next time. But I am going to end the stream there. Thank you all for watching. It's been draining. It's amazing the amount of pressure you put on yourself just to get this game out, and I by no means have put a lot of pressure on myself this weekend. Although in the time that I've had, I've kind of put my pressure on myself. Anyway, I will catch you later on. The competition runs till, or the jam runs to 9 tonight, and I think the competition is running later on. I'm not really in it for the competition. I'm not really in it for the jam. I'm just in it because I like making games. So yeah, I will catch you tonight, hopefully, and then we'll finish this game off. We'll put in the main menu, and sorry, we'll put in the return to main menu and the animation. I think we'll work on that. So thank you very much.